Okay, so we've looked at some sub-procedures now that have parameters that they're utilizing, but let's look a little more closely at the ByVal and ByRef way that we can use these parameters. So I did talk about a little bit in the last video that ByVal is short for by value, which means that when that argument gets sent in here, a ByVal parameter cannot be changed by the sub-procedure, but when we have one that's by reference, that is something that's being referred here, and this sub-procedure can change the value that comes in here. So what we've got here is just a simple little program called 2 digits, and we put a 2-digit number in. We say get the digits, and then it splits it out into the first digit and the second digit there. Okay, so it's pretty simple in that regard. But so what's going on here, if we look closer at the code, is we're calling this sub-procedure 2 digits. We're sending it 3 arguments: the number that was put into the text box, so just called int num. It's a 2-digit number. Notice that this is not something we want to be able to be changed. It's the number that the user put in. So it's by value. This value comes down here, and it's the 2-digit number. Then we've also got int 10's digit and int 1's digit. Okay. Here again, these are in order and have to be the same number. So the 10 digit is what's called first num down in the sub-procedure, and the 1's digit is what's called second num, right? Now, these are being referred here, so this sub-procedure can change these. So right up here, 10's digit is going to be 0, and 1's digit is 0. So right at this moment, when the call statement happens here, int num, in the example I just did, would be 25. 10's digit would be 0. 1's digit would be 0. But it's going to call down here. The 25 comes in. It can't be changed because it's by value. We wouldn't want that value to change. But we do want the 0 that got sent here in both of these variables instances to be changed. So first num goes in here and does integer division, because integer division will ignore any decimal portion. So if it's a 2-digit number and we do integer division by 10, we're going to get that first number, and that's going to be placed in that variable. So, and second num, we're doing modular division, which you'll remember, again, hopefully, is we'll just return the remainder. So if we do mod 10 of any 2-digit number, like my number was 25, 10 divided into there twice is going to leave a remainder of 5. So 5 is going to be returned. So once this sub-procedure does its stuff, what gets sent back here and placed into these 2 variables that were referred here is the value that was calculated. So after this line of code runs, int num is 25, int 10's digit is 2 in the example I did, and int 1's digit is 5, and then it got placed in the label like we showed here. So here again, it's a simple little program. It doesn't really show you the value of why you would have something like this in a program. You'd have a much bigger program that needed to do this number of times, but it does serve us as far as being simple and getting this idea of parameters being by value or by reference inside of our sub-procedure.